Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about some good Instagram updates that you need to know, and a few more social media tips. You can talk to me live. I will answer you. It is Monday, the 18th of December, 2017. You can always catch this on my playlist of SalonSpaChat in this Facebook page. I'm kind of sleepy today. I have no idea why, but so if I'm stuttering or do these, which I notice I do a lot, just forgive me. So let's jump into a few tips. Facebook just allowed GIFs in Facebook ads, which will be interesting to see. If you use Facebook ads, and I suggest you do if you're a brand, your organization, your salon or spa, Facebook ads is a great way to increase your Facebook page followers, your brand's products, anything that you are doing upcoming. You can target market with your Facebook ads. It's just the best thing ever. It's the best return on investment. Video is super important. And Facebook Messenger. So of course you're seeing ads in Facebook Messenger. You know, when Facebook went from Facebook, where it included Messenger in it, and they separated that into a separate app because it was too big. They said it's just too big a platform under one platform for them. Well, it's really all about the marketing now, right? Because now they're marketing right in your Facebook Messenger. And of course you get all the cool things like the little glasses that you can put on and all the twirly things that can wrap around you to play with. So that is very enticing. They made it very Snapchat-ish and very fun for kids to use, Facebook Messenger. And by the way, Facebook Messenger is toying with the idea, not even toying, they're going to move forward. There'll be a Facebook Messenger just for kids. So your kindergartners and first graders will get advertised to as well, which is scary. I just think it's so scary. But social media can be a very scary thing if you don't know how to use it properly as well. What else I want to talk about? Facebook Messenger. We'll talk about Instagram and how they might be doing the same thing too. Upcoming, I'm going to talk about the social media updates to Instagram. I'm also going to be talking about whether you want to do an Instagram business account as opposed to an Instagram private or profile account, which is you, when it's just you without doing the business account. The pros and cons to that. I think that's super important to know. And as I said last week, YouTube is making Instagram stories as well. So that's going to change things up a little bit, and we'll see what YouTube does with it. I just can't imagine they're going to do as well as Instagram. Of course, Snapchat has 100 million active users. Instagram has 500 million active users. And Instagram is just blowing it up out of the water for marketers, brands to use Instagram stories. And I'm going to give you a lot of tips on Instagram stories and why you should be using them. Let's talk about the engagement rate for Instagram. It's 58 times more higher than Facebook. So if you're not on Instagram, you're not using Instagram, use Instagram. If you like your pages and you have your forum for your people there, you can use Instagram. And I like to use an app called IFTTT. So anytime something is posted on your Instagram, it automatically goes to your Facebook page. You can make a applet, they call it, on IFTTT. They used to be called recipes, but now they call them applets. So use IFTTT, and it is the best way also to post your Instagram pictures as pictures instead of a URL back to Instagram on your Twitter account as well as on your Instagram account. Your Facebook account and your LinkedIn account as well. So every time you do an Instagram post a picture or a video, it will automatically go. You just have to make an applet at ifttt.com. It's the best app in the world. Now, video is important on Instagram as well. This is a tip. If you go to Mafia Hairdresser's Instagram, you will see that I made a quick video with Camtasia. Now, I have all the video equipment that you need for a professional, and you don't have that. There's some great apps that you can use on your phone to make great videos if you're just a hairdresser or you're a coach, and one of them is called Quick. Quick is an app. You can download it onto your phone and make great quick videos with that, as well as InShot. They make great videos to post to your Instagram, and it goes directly to Instagram once you make it, and it will go to your Facebook page and so forth if you use IFTTT. Ta-da! 51.9% of marketing professionals say that video has the best return on investment as far as capturing people's attention. And Boomerang, don't not use Boomerang. Boomerang's that app that, they do this quickie thing back and forth. That gets people's attention as well. The average user spends a combined 50 minutes on Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger on a typical day. So if you're not using those two apps together, those two social media platforms together, you're really missing out as a marketer of your brand or your product. Now, should you use Instagram business pages over just a personal Instagram account? Now, I am a personal account, and I have a little fear. I'm going to tell you that fear in a minute. If you use Instagram for marketing your business, this is the first indicator that you would want to switch to Instagram business accounts. That's the first ding, maybe I should switch, right? If you think you ever wanted to use Instagram ads, which are very, very, very effective, then you're going to want to switch to business when you start wanting to use those Instagram ads. Now, Instagram ads gives you something called promoted post instead of boost. It's the same thing as a boost. They just call it promoted post. But first, you want to do an ad first, so you make your target market. Just like in Facebook ads, I suggest doing a Facebook ad before you start posting that boost button. So that way you really can formulate your target market. People who like this restaurant next to your salon, you can target to those people. That's a really good strategy for Facebook ads, or to have different profiles in which you like to market to. And also on Facebook pages, that's different than Instagram is. Instagram has such a great targeting to Instagram followers that it's much easier to use. Much easier to use that one. What else I want to talk about that? If you want a contact button at the top of your profile for Instagram, I suggest that you switch to Instagram Business. It's a great button. Instagram Business can add links to your Instagram stories, but only if you have 10,000 followers. So you got to build up your followers first to 10,000 and really, really work at it. And I know that there's tons of bots that can work for you to increase your Instagram followers. Most people that have tens and tens of followers on Instagram are using bots, and bots, Instagram will kick you off if they find out you're using a bot, but there's ways to do it, and I'm not recommending doing this, but at the same time, when you see people like your stuff and comment and it looks so generic, like great picture, and it's a picture of, a dead squirrel, like, it's not a great picture. You just took a picture of a dead squirrel, and someone says nice picture, they're using a bot. But it does increase their followers. It works. And I think sometimes with social media that we are lost now because everything is done with such automation and bots, and it's becoming less and less personal. But unless you're using social media, you probably won't be found on the internet in a way that you want to market your business. So you're going to have to start stretching and expanding and experimenting. And Instagram stories is another reason that you want to use business, and you might want to switch over to a business account. If you're using Instagram stories properly, you're going to have a lot more emphasis on marketing, and you're going to be so good at it. You switch to business and you're going to have a lot more features, and I'm going to tell you what those features are in a minute. And there's something I want to ask. There was a tip I saw online that the geolocator, when you say, you're at a restaurant and you take a picture of your food and you post on Instagram and you press, I'm at Gibson's restaurant in Chicago. You can click, that's where you are, and that's awesome. There's a tip out there that's saying that you don't have to put Gibson's restaurant. You can just post your Instagram and then go back and edit it and put your own call to action, like follow me on Facebook page, JDMafia Hairdresser. I haven't seen that working for me, but I just want to know if it's working for you. I saw that tip and I thought that was very cool. Now, updates, Instagram stories. If you haven't heard, Instagram stories highlights has stories highlights and stories archive. So when you make a story, you can archive that. You can also archive anything that you do on your Instagram page as well. If you haven't seen this, hopefully that's showing up, this stories settings page on your Instagram, you're missing out. You want to click save to archive, save to gallery, and you can archive any of your pictures now on Instagram. So on Instagram, if you have a picture and you want it not to be on your profile anymore, what you can do is press archive. It goes into an archive. You can repost it, make it live again, which I did this morning. But it's a great way to save your pictures for later. And galleries, you can group pictures, you can group stories as well, which is going to be great because they won't just disappear in 24 hours. They'll be stored. And also, in that, this is the biggest one, you can save them to the cloud. They'll be on the cloud. They'll show up on a horizontal bar across your profile. So Instagram Stories highlights allows users to then select a group and paste story collections at the top above their name, and it'll show up as a horizontal bar. And that is going to be cool because in an Instagram post, you can post a picture of, hey, check out my stories highlights. It's at the top of my profile. Boom, 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 boom. And of course, Instagram suggests that these new highlights features offers a way for users to show the sides of their personality and capture interest in activities that matter most to them. But guess what? I think Instagram users are going to be a lot more clever and use them a lot more differently than they say. Instagram stories, if you're not using messaging in direct messaging in your Instagram stories, I suggest you do. If you're doing Instagram stories properly, you're building up throughout the day. And how you do that is, let's say you're a hairdresser and you're doing a color. You show the before. You show the video of you doing the process, a highlight with all the slathery color and the beautiful mermaid colors that you're putting on. And then at the end of the day, you can say, great, follow me and watch my story. And then you can create a collection and keep it at the top of your profile. It'll be there for you, which is a great way of using Instagram stories. But you want to build it up throughout the day. Just don't post it bing, bing, bing in a row because, you know, when you log into Instagram, you'll see at the top of your page, story going on, story going on, story going on, or story, story, story. But you always want to be the first. So if you program your Instagrams throughout the day, your Instagram stories throughout the day, you'll stay at the front. And that's important. You'll get more viewers that way, which is a great tip. And then use the DM, use direct message. So you build up your stories and you have a product launch or a behind the scenes. Say, hey, if you want to know more, or if you want a code, a special code at the end of the your Instagram stories, have them DM you. You'll be able to see how you are doing with your stories. Because when people DM you for that special code, for that discount, or they call you within this certain amount of time through a DM asking you or talking to you, what's going to happen is you're going to see how well you're doing stories. And I think that's a great feature and a great way to use it. Another tip I saw on Social Media Examiner is to get guest bloggers or guest Instagrammers to do your Instagram stories. So let's say if you're organization such as a spiritual organization and you have practitioners who have great Instagram followings, have them guest Instagram stories on your Instagram page. This is a great way to expand your followers on Instagram, a great way to add value to your Instagram page, and to get more likers on your Instagram page. I think that's a great tip. So that is it for today, Down and Dirty.